All right, we're back once again with the DDSN Diamond Betting Show. We're here for episode number 7. It's Easter. Christ is risen. Let's talk some baseball. All right, so we did have a tiny losing day yesterday, mostly because of our player props. We did great. We swept our totals, did great on our totals, but I mean, come on, the way we lost the Mariners game, 3 robbed home runs, and then the props, that's pretty much our only losses. Everything else I was fine with. Full description of our record in the details on YouTube, and right now we're still in the green, plus 4.85 units, almost 5 units on the season in the green. So let's get into today's Easter Sunday betting slate, baseball slate. All right, this game was supposed to be yesterday. Cubs minus 128 with Edward Cabrera on the mound against the Cleveland Indians plus 116. Slates is Shoney on the mound. Cabrera wasn't supposed to start yesterday, but he is going to start the first game. Makes total sense. But I do like the Indians here. I liked them yesterday. I still like them. They match up well against Cabrera. And we're getting plus money with the Guardians at home. Yeah, I'll take that all day. Indians plus 116. Next game. LA Dodgers minus 185. Roki Sasaki on the mound against the Washington Nationals plus 167. Sir Griffin on the mound. You know, we tried to fade Roki Sasaki last week in his first start, but he actually had a really good game. You know, this Nationals team, I was thinking they'd, make it a little bit more competitive, but this Dodgers offense has just been destroying them. So it's a pass for me. Nothing here, expensive. And I don't really want to take a shot with the Nationals. I apologize for I woke up with like some allergies. All right, next game. Miami Marlins plus 246. Casey Paddock on the mound against the New York Yankees minus 277. Max Fried on the mound. I like this one over 8 minus 107. I think we can get this total over. I think Paddock, he has the potential to get blown up against this Yankees offense. And Max Fried has been pretty locked down this season, but some Marlins players do hit well against him. So if we can get at least a couple runs from Miami, and hopefully the Yankees do the rest of the work, the heavy lifting, I think we could get this one over the total 8 minus 107. Next game, San Diego Padres plus 136. Walker Buehler on the mound going up against his sort of old team, the Boston Red Sox, minus 150. Ranger Suarez on the mound. Can Ranger Suarez bounce back? Walker Buehler I believe, is roughed up in his first start. I think even though it is a little expensive for the Red Sox, I do like Boston here and Ranger Suarez bouncing back. So I'm going to go ahead and lay it here, minus 150 with the Red Sox. Hopefully the offense can wake up, especially against Walker Buehler, who's susceptible to getting blown up. Baltimore Orioles plus 113. Chris Bassett on the mound against the Pittsburgh Pirates minus 125. Braxton Ashcraft. We have to do it. We have to keep riding this Pirates bandwagon here. Their offense is clicking. They had a great comeback win last night, and it was mostly all due to their offense. And yeah, I think they're firing on all cylinders. 4 wins in a row, going for the sweep against the Orioles. We're getting a nice price here. Pittsburgh played well against Chris Bassett last season when he was with the Orioles. When he was with the Blue Jays, excuse me. So Pirates 125. Let's keep the winning streak going. Tampa Bay Rays minus 107. Nick Martinez on the mound against Minnesota Twins minus 103. Simeon Woods Richardson on the mound. This game, Twins got roughed up yesterday. We did back the Twins, but we were a day late and $1 short. We still got this one over the total, which was fantastic. But I do like Simeon Woods Richardson to have another strong start. Nick Martinez had an incredible start, his first of the season, and we lost that game. I believe so. So I don't think he has, the same luck this go around today's start. So I do like the Twins minus 103. I also like this one to get over the total of 8 minus 105. So Twins minus 103 and over 8 runs minus 105. Blue Jays minus 163 with Eric Lauer on the mound, trying to avoid the sweep against the Chicago White Sox. Plus 147, Davis Martin on the mound. We've talked about this White Sox team, the past 2 games. And of course, they won both games, and we were too afraid to bet them both times. And so I feel like we'd be a little bit late to the party today if we did back the White Sox. I do like the White Sox here, but you know, you have the Blue Jays trying to avoid the sweep. I believe they have 4-3 game losing streak, 4 game losing streak. So they're looking to avoid that. I do kind of like the White Sox here, and I'm just going to go with my gut, but there is a chance that we are too late. But we're gonna go with the White Sox. I think we can get it. But you know, if we're a day late on this one, it is what it is. All right, Milwaukee Brewers plus 106. Kyle Harrison on the mound against the Kansas City Royals minus 117. Chris Bubik on the mound. We split this series yesterday. We had the Brewers twice and they split, which I said was a possibility. I said if the Brewers dominate or the Royals dominate, look to bet the other side. But since I did this before both games, I went with the Brewers. So, and today I like, because they had a back-to-back yesterday, maybe a little bit tired. I do like this one under 8 runs minus 128. Cincinnati Reds plus 107. Chase Burns on the mound against the Texas Rangers minus 118. Jack Leiter on the mound. Rangers looking to avoid the sweep. This has been a great matchup. Pitching duels. Cincinnati has won both games. They're red hot right now on the road. Their starting pitching has been clutch, and I think that happens again. I think we get a pitching duel here. So I do like the Reds-Rangers game first 5 under 4 runs minus 125, and the game under 8 runs minus 118. Phillies minus 165. Taijuan Walker on the mound against Colorado Rockies plus 149. Tomoyuki Sugano on the mound for the Rockies. You know, the Rockies do hit well against Taijuan Walker. Phillies and Walker are on the road. And this is a nice price with Colorado. I think Colorado can get there for us. I've got the Rockies plus 149. I think their offense can wake up today and score some runs. New York Mets plus 105. Kodai Senga against San Francisco Giants minus 116. Logan Webb on the mound. Webb was great in his last start, got blown up in his first start against the Yankees, but I'm going back with the Giants here, looking to avoid the sweep. Not only us, but the Giants. So I've got the Giants minus 116. Also, I like this one, game over 7 runs, minus 120. I think the Giants can get to Kodai Senga, and then also the Mets can probably score a couple runs on Logan Webb. I had this closer to about 8 runs, 8.5. Houston Astros minus 117 with Lance McCullers Jr. on the mound against the Sacramento Athletics. Plus 106, Jacob Lopez on the mound. Astros killed the A's last night. We were all messed up in this series, but I think the Athletics get it back today. Lopez has pitched great against the Astros, and basically Lance McCullers was unhittable in his last start. I think it's not as pretty and it's not as perfect. I like the Sacramento Athletics plus 106. Next game, Mariners minus 164, Luis Castillo on the mound against the LA Angels plus 148, Ryan Johnson on the mound. Castillo hasn't been perfect against the Angels, but Ryan Johnson is just so bad. I can't really take the Angels here. I wouldn't surprise if the Mariners win by 1 or 2 runs. I just, and the total's at, I believe, 9. So I thought about going over here, but that was just way too high. I don't have anything on this game. I'm just going to pass it. We've been losing like back-to-back heartbreakers with the Mariners. I wouldn't be surprised if the Angels win today, but yeah, it's just, I can't trust Ryan Johnson, so that's nothing I want to play here. All right, next game, the Braves minus 106, Martin Perez against the Arizona Diamondbacks, minus 104, Brandon Pfaadt on the mound. I like the Braves in this one. I think they can bounce back with Martin Perez. Perez has pitched well against the Arizona Diamondbacks, and this is a coin flip game. Arizona had a nice come from behind win yesterday, so I think the Braves get it back here. I like the Bravos minus 106. All right, Chicago Cubs minus 127, Shota Imanaga. Game 2 of the doubleheader against the Cleveland Indians. Guardians are plus 115 with Parker Messick on the mound. I'm going back with the Indians, just like we did last night with the Brewers-Royals game. I'm going to back the Indians in both games, especially at plus money. I think we can get at least one of these. If we hit both of these, that would be the perfect hit for this doubleheader. And I'm pretty confident, like I was yesterday and this weekend in the Guardian. Give me the Indians plus 115. Last but not least, we have a primetime game, which means we've got our primetime prop. So we've got the St. Louis Cardinals plus 122 with Kyle Leahy on the mound against the Detroit Tigers, minus 135 with Kiter Montero on the mound. I do like the Tigers in this game. They match up well. It's going to be a good pitching duel. I favor Montero, and at a short price, minus 135. And for our two props, we're looking to break the prop. Even though we started amazing on the season with our props, yesterday was a black eye. So looking to bounce back from there. So we've got hits, runs, RBI over 2 or more. Riley Green, minus 109. And Spencer Torkelson. That's everything for today. Apologize for my allergies. It's kind of annoying, to be honest with you. But let's get back on the winning streak. Happy Easter to everyone. Thank you for watching, following, subscribing. TikTok, YouTube, we appreciate it. Send some comments. Let's talk some baseball. Let's run it down. We've got the Indians plus 116, game 1 of the doubleheader. Marlins, Yankees over 8, minus 107. Red Sox minus 150. Pittsburgh Pirates minus 125. Twins minus 103. Rays Twins over 8 runs minus 105. White Sox plus 147. Brewers Royals under 8 minus 128. Reds Rangers first 5 under 4 minus 125. Also Reds Rangers game under 8 runs minus 118. Rockies plus 149. Giants minus 116. Also the Mets Giants over 7 runs. Athletics plus 106. Braves minus 106. Indians game 2 of the doubleheader plus 115. And then the Tigers minus 135. And 2 props: hits, runs, RBI over 2 or more, or over 1.5 or 2 or more. Riley Green minus 109 and Spencer Torkelson plus 103. That's everything that we have today. Y'all have a happy Easter, and we'll see y'all tomorrow. Green is good. Let's bounce back.